It almost seems quaint to take a look back to 2021 when the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir was singing. It was just a joke, guys. It was just a joke. They were singing about coming for your kids, and everybody could kind of see it's like, there's something nefarious underlining this, but the overarching opinions of the conservatives that were out there was, oh, live and let live, as long as they don't actually cross the line, which, they probably won't, and we don't want to be labeled as an hysterophobe. What's the worst that could ultimately happen? And I mean, do we have to take a look at all the examples that we've seen recently, or can we just simply move straight ahead to what we're dealing with right now? And here we specifically have examples of, they're coming for your kids. Kids YouTuber Ms. Rachel, okay, she has a trans sidekick, because of course she does, performs at the Chicago Pride event targeting young children. And now, okay, so I see this headline and I think, okay, a kids YouTuber or something like that. It's like, okay, cool. The YouTubers are a dime a dozen, right? But then I look at this lady's channel and holy, 10 million subs? 10 million subs getting what? 140... I can't even fathom these numbers. 815 million views. Most recent videos getting 86 million views from 2 months ago. Like, she's printing money. I knew that this was a big corner of the internet. I just didn't realize how big it was. So yeah, this is unironically, the tastemaker that you would be able to compare the likes of like Mr. Rogers at Sesame Street. You might think I'm being hyperbolic, but take a look at the numbers that those programs were getting back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and hell, I was even familiar with a bunch of that stuff when I was growing up in the early 90s. And even still, as synonymous as those names are, I don't think that they were drawing just about 1 billion views on a singular video. That's insane, man. That's insane reach. But this program, what Ms. Rachel does, actually matters. YouTube children's entertainer, Ms. Rachel's sidekick, Jules Hoffman, of course, a non-binary female who uses they-them pronouns, co-hosted the Queer Fam Pride Jam in Chicago's Millennium Park over the weekend, the event, which Jules co-hosted along with drag queen Priyanka. This is just, I think I'm getting secondhand AIDS from this. Featured a sing-along with Jules along with drag queens dancing provocatively and teaching children to dance in drag fashion. It wouldn't be June without a whole bunch of open debauchery, now wouldn't it? Ugh. Do you really think the good guys won the war? Footage from the event was shared by Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire. Yeah, of course, like this is, okay, for as much as these degenerates kind of have their busy season, okay, this is Matt Walsh's personal holiday season, okay? Like this guy right here, he's making money hand over fist like he's a big box store prior to the pandemic, which showed Jules singing and playing guitar for families and children gathered for the event. Hoffman identifies as non-binary, trans, and queer. Why are you being so redundant? We already know you have mental issues. Why do you have to say it in so many words? And uses they-them pronouns. Hoffman has been a regular on Rachel Akuro's YouTube content since 2019. Miss Rachel introduced Hoffman on her Songs for Littles channel with they-them pronouns. Because of course, man. It's just a joke when they were coming for your kids. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Hoffman's presence on the show has been criticized previously by parents for injecting a political perspective to the show, namely that of gender ideology, which contains the idea that babies can be born in the wrong bodies and that it's possible for human beings to change their biological sex through belief, pharmaceuticals, and surgeries. Well, yeah, exactly. Because, okay, like I said, I had to do a little bit of research to just simply figure out who this person is, and it's like, yeah, okay, looking at the popular videos, it's what, baby learning, okay, wheels on the bus, so what, singing nursery rhymes for an hour. I would rather put a brand new Milwaukee drill on the highest speed possible and bore it into my ear canals than do any of this stuff. But this is kind of replaced turning on the television, turning on PBS for a lot of parents. Well, they'll just go ahead and boot up either the YouTube app on their television, or how many kids have I seen? Funny story, okay? And we're just going to go ahead and compare and contrast this groomer activity to just like a wholesome interaction that happened to me earlier today. But okay, yeah, you have somebody who's specifically putting in an activist of sorts, because it's not just somebody that you're going to drag off the street, pun not intended, and put them into one of those events that, you know, Rachel has as the co-host here. But yeah, you're presenting your content under the guise of teaching children, and then you're just infecting it with personal politics. This is a tastemaker for children, because like I was alluding to, you know, parents will turn on YouTube and just have these hour-long, 3-hour-long videos on repeat while they're, I don't know, in their own big pharma induced stupor because they have anxiety or postpartum depression, whatever these bitches are peddling in today's day and age. But these kids are, once again, you know, taught by the screen, taught by little tablets or something like that. It's absolutely insane. And to just add a little, you know, personal anecdote before we get back to this degeneracy. I was out earlier out for a run, as I am known to do every day, and there were a couple of kids that were playing with sticks in a wooded area. Okay, good old-fashioned, you know, kid stuff where it's just you find a stick on the ground and then you just beat another tree or something, or just do regular kid stuff. That's great, you know, like I see it and it's like, I'm glad that, you know, there's some normalcy going on out there. One of the other kids, it was just a small group of kids, you know, one was holding what I thought was a notepad or a binder or something like that, ended up being a tablet, and it's like old man moment. But I'm running along, I've got my headphones in, listening to a podcast, and these kids wave me down, and it's like, what's up? I'm running, I'm busy. They're like, you want to see this picture that I drew? And it's like, yeah, okay, fine. I know it's not going to be a setup, like nobody's going to be hopping out of the woods or something like that to, you know, to steal my headphones. I was like, yeah, sure. Is this crudely drawn mushroom, or I don't know if it's a smile or if it's throwing up or something like that, but this little rambunctious kid who's running around with a stick hitting the tree or something like that is like, I drew it. The kids that were with him, you know, was kind of embarrassed because it's a goofy ass drawing, but it's like, at least there's social interaction going on with kids out there where they're not just completely autistically glued to their screens, that they're still going out in the woods playing. It's like there is a little bit of hope for as much insanity that is out there, that all of, yes, you know what, I'll go ahead and side with Pink News here, right? Yeah, for a quick moment, okay, right-wing cranks. There's a lot of them who are just going to freak out and go, oh, the next generation is doomed because they're being indoctrinated. It's like, yeah, they are being indoctrinated, but there is some hope out there. Not all things are lost. So that's why I just wanted to share that. But go back to setting up this absolute nonsense. Jules co-hosts, yes, Queen Priyanka, okay, who's this other freak, invited families and littles to come to the Millennium Park event and Instagram videos. I really can't wait to hang out with you and your littles. Yo, Jules said that is some scary shit. The latest controversy surrounding Jules' participation in the event comes after it was revealed that Ms. Rachel, yes, of course. Now let's talk about, okay, because yeah, a lot can be said about this, right? Because okay, that's not Rachel. It's just one of the many revolving doors of co-hosts or something like that. Okay. But it's not the host specifically, because she's out there doing crazier stuff. Massive kids YouTuber Ms. Rachel invites Dylan Mulvaney to appear in the Songs for Littles show. Oh yeah, you would think that would be maybe a little bit of a step down from a Bud Light endorsement, but something that I was highlighting at the time, it's like, why would Bud Light, of all of the people, to go ahead and champion their specific brand of diluted horse piss, why would they go after Dylan Mulvaney? Like, you would go after what, like the likes of maybe RuPaul if you wanted to go totally flamboyant, at least somebody with a bigger name recognition, maybe somebody with a broader audience than somebody who got super famous on TikTok, a majority underaged audience. Now, this, at least speaking, is a little bit more of an age-appropriate crossover, where if you're going to be collaborating with somebody, you want similar audiences. But still, this is also somebody in Dylan Mulvaney that is an out-and-out activist. Why would you want to do this? Oh, because then you take a look, because she's probably, or her team is, okay? Because at this point in time, if you have a 10 million subscriber, billions of views channel, you got an entire team behind this, okay? This is a full organization, so they've got to understand their analytics fully and realize that, yeah, a lot of the accounts, because it's obviously not like the 2 or 3-year-olds that are signing up for YouTube accounts, which, I don't know, maybe as technologically advanced as kids are these days, maybe that's the case, but they're also looking at their analytics and going, yep, a lot of single moms just plunking their kids in front of the televisions or the various screens that are out there. And who's going to be more receptive to this message than any other demographic that's out there? All right, those same single moms who are probably following and clapping for the stunning bravery that Dylan Mulvaney has displayed over the past year and change. Well, I guess 2 years now, since the Bud Light commemoration was a celebration of 365 days of pretending to be a woman. I just don't know how you take a look back last year, okay, and reconcile that Dylan Mulvaney would be the best person for your show. I don't know how you come to that conclusion in any form or fashion, unless you're trying to make like several other big YouTubers at the beginning of 2024 where you're just trying to sunset your brand. Ms. Rachel has nearly 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Now it's over 10. We just looked. Broadcast episodes in excess of an hour in length, so she's a longman. To keep little ones entertained, educated, and happy, parents trust her, plopping their toddlers and children down before the screens, big and small, for hours and on end, blissful in the knowledge that they are safe in her virtual care. Yet the same YouTuber extended an invitation to Dylan Mulvaney back in 2023 for the Trans Days of Girlhood star to appear on her show. Under a post from Mulvaney, Rachel said, "Sometime when you're in New York City, you should be on our show. Songs for Littles. We love you and your singing." Mulvaney has referred to women's organs as Barbie pockets. I'm sorry, what? For somebody who gets accusations leveled to them for hating women, I have never, ever thought Barbie pockets. Wow, you got it. That is objectifying to a next level right there. Almost got to give Dylan props for that one. And has claimed that he himself is actually a girl. Well, yeah, mental illness takes many different forms. In one video, he discussed the joys of being a bimbo. Oh my God, and the kind of person Rachel sees fit to invite on the show for children. Yeah, exactly. And there's the official comment, a verified account and not a falsification at all. Sometime when you're in New York City, you should be on our show. Song for the Littles. We love you and your singing. February 10th, 2023. Yes, Ms. Rachel and Dylan collab is what us moms need. Absolutely not. Oh, thank God. I would skip that episode. D probably skip her altogether. I don't know what the D is supposed to stand for, but I mean, just look at the likes on the original post and then on the yes post, and just die a little inside knowing that, yep, as much as media in general wants to demonize fathers, they are more important than ever, because they're the ones who are going to be properly policing what's going into their children's minds, fully equipped with all of this knowledge and realizing that, oh, yeah, what could pass as a joke in 2021 is no longer passing for anything but an overt attack on the nuclear family in 2024. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.